So remember when I said I would never get a Mac? Well, yeah. So let me explain myself a little bit. Hello everyone, if you guys don't know, my name is Vivian and this is my walk of shame video. So how many Apple rants have I done? I don't even know. But remember when I decided to buy that Asus computer? Now that Asus computer lasted me exactly 85 days before there was a hardware issue with the graphics card's driver or something, and it completely just messed up the software in my computer. It just was on a loop of blue screening, so it's just started blue screening maybe like once or twice a day, and I was like, okay, whatever, like it'll be fine, like it's okay, it'll go away. And then the periods between the blue screens got shorter and shorter and shorter until I could no longer turn on the computer. And my dad, being the absolutely helpful engineer that he was like, oh, it's a hardware issue, I'm not gonna fix it. And so all of my other friends who know computers or engineers were like, yeah, it's a hardware issue. You can like open it up and see like what's up. And then I'm just like, that's a lot of work. And I was really pissed because I understand if a computer turns like this maybe like a year down the road, 2 years down the road, but literally 85 days, like this is literally Kim Kardashian's marriage. Like, I understand now. And so I'm just like so pissed that I rage quit. I threw everything back in the box and I took it to Costco and returned it because I was still within the 90 days electronics return policy. So I just literally rage quit and returned it. And I was without a computer for a whole week because I just didn't know what to do with myself. And like I just felt like a lost soul in this world because like I don't really like go out. I don't really have friends. I'm just like on the internet all the time. So I'm just like, what do I do? And I have like this like dinky little phone like trying to watch like YouTube on there, and I'm just like, no, like this is too much. And so I just decided to go Mac because I figured like if anything like this happens, I could just take it to the Apple store, they'll fix it up for me, I'll get my computer right back. It's very quick, very simple. Now, had I not been able to return that computer to Costco, I don't even know what I would have done, because like call Asus and ask for them to send a replacement, spend like 10 hours on the phone with customer service, have them send it back, takes like 2-3 weeks, like that's just, no, like I'm just not trying to do that. And it's like, come on, like I live in the technology epicenter of the world. So explain to me why if I'm having this issue in the technology center of the world, like how am I gonna function anywhere else? You know what I'm saying? At least like Apple, you know, I could take it to the Apple store, and that's really like my issue, because the reason why I decided to buy like, you know, luxury handbags and Louis Vuitton and things like that, it's because it's the quality and they stand by it, and if anything happens, I can take it to any store anywhere in the world and they'll help me out and they can just look up the serials. And that's kind of like what Apple is for computers, and that's kind of the premium that you're paying for. Now that Asus after tax was $1,100, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get a Mac, and I'm kind of like that person that didn't know anything, like any of the prices or anything other than for like the videos, of course, that I filmed for you. I didn't know the 15-inch was gonna be $2,000, and I was really sad because $2,000 just for 15 inches, like come on, like. And I'm not usually a size queen, but with computers I am. So I didn't want the 13-inch because I like to do split screen, so I wanted something a little bigger. And so I opted for the 15, and I got the base model because my friend that was an engineer said that 0.3 gigahertz for an extra $100 is not worth it, and also I wouldn't need it. So I didn't do anything, I just got the base model, which was great because I ordered it online and I picked it up in the store 12 hours later, thank God, because I was tired of living that Amish life. And shout out to Craig, who works at Apple, who hooked me up with the 15% employee discount. So this computer ended up being like $1,700, and then I got Apple Care for 3 years because God knows I need it. And that came to like $250 after the discount, I think. I don't know. The total was just like $2,100, and at that point I was just like, you know what, like pay it. Just pay it. And I know a lot of you guys out there are probably gonna be like, oh, well, you will pay a lot more for a purse, but you aren't willing to pay the same price or lower for a computer. Now, the reason for that is technology depreciates extremely quickly. So this computer is not what it's worth when it came out, and it won't be what it's worth in 3 years. But that bag that I showed in my other videos, or you know, the bags that I talk about, in 5 years they'll still be worth close to what I paid for it. Granted, it's in good condition. So that's where I'm coming from. So it's not that I'm not willing to pay the money, it's just that like this is just very expensive for something that is going to depreciate quite rapidly. And it sucks to say, but I actually really like this computer. It's working very well for me. Other than Final Cut Pro, which I'm still like raging over because I went from Adobe Premiere Pro to Final Cut Pro, and it's absolutely horrible because they changed all of the hotkeys, and the hotkeys used to be next to each other, so cut was C and select was V. Now tell me why like cut on Final Cut is blade and so it's B, and then select is technically range, which is R, so I'm just like, so I'm just still raging about that. But overall, I really like it. And I've never experienced buying computer skins. Oh my god, that's so exciting. So now that I have like a mainstream computer, I can buy like all these cute little stickers. I can dress it up. So I have this like pink marble like skin thing, and then I put on a clear case so you can see it. And all of my friends told me to get this because they're like, you're gonna ruin the finish, you're gonna drop it, so you're gonna want a case, and also I know you're an idiot, and so you're gonna put it in your bag, and then you're not gonna like pat it or anything, so you're gonna need it too. So I'm like, okay, cool. And I just got the 15-inch, the 2015 version. I can't get this like lid to stay on. I'm not sure why. I'm just an idiot, so we'll figure that out. But yeah, this is what it looks like. I got the 15-inch version. My dad is he's in security, so he made me stick like one of these things on to cover the webcam, because after I shower, I like to sit there for 30 years and just like not do anything but just be on my computer. So yeah. And then yeah, I got the 2015 version, so like the speak, are these speakers or vents? I don't know. With Apple, you never know. So yeah, with the things on the side. And then so I was raging at the fact that Apple didn't come out with stickers with these computers, and I was just like, what? I feel cheated. I want my stickers. So my friend Chris gave me some stickers. They're unicorn stickers. And then this is my infamous Browser sticker that we all know. Yeah, so I feel like slightly ashamed that I like this computer. Like when I got it the first 3 days, I was just like, ugh, I don't want to admit it, but I like it. It's so bad. And it just sucks because it's like once I like something and like I know that it works for me over time, I'm just going to continue to buy. And so my next computer, I know for a fact, are probably going to be a Mac. Just like I know my next bag is probably going to be another Louis Vuitton or like an Hermes or something. And like, fuck, I didn't want this to happen. I don't know the specs because I just got the base model. You can look that up. Like, I don't know what I got. I'm very surprised at how fast it renders. So I was making my bag video, which update on the bag, had to return it because defective. And I was editing, and then it was raging, and then I rendered it. It rendered so fast. It rendered in like maybe like 8 or 10 minutes for a 15 or 14 minute video. I think that's very fast. Like I think that's a very good speed. And so I was thinking, with my PC standards and graphics card standards, that it was gonna be like a regular file, maybe like 4 gigs at the most, you know, like 3-4 gigs. So I uploaded it to YouTube, and tell me why 3 hours later it was at 2%. And so I'm raging at my internet connection because I'm just like, oh my god, I live in a third world country with no Wi-Fi. And then I check the file and it's 16 gigabytes. So I'm like low-key really impressed the fact that this computer can render 16 gigabytes in 10 minutes. But bruh, I don't have anything to say about those PC graphics cards no longer, so yeah. I'm sleeping with the enemy. How does that make you guys feel? I don't really know. I mean, I really like this computer, unfortunately. And my friend Deep said that if he said, well, one, he said the computer wasn't shit because I named it a not shit name, and I named it Ryan, which was like really bland and boring. He was like, you should not have called it Ryan. That was just like death from day one. And so he said that I could name my computer a selection from him, and he gave me like a few. So I chose Ken because I love pink and I'm Barbie. Clearly I love pink, and this is Ken, my boyfriend. So this is Ken, nice to meet you, and this is my MacBook.